spent years of all of this time thinking I was better off 'cause you were mine. You always said it was your way or the highway. Greetings, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, these aspects in Vedic sidereal. Lest me remind you, Western is not accurate. Western has stopped being accurate for about the past 400 and some odd years. So if you are still going by your Western chart, that's not what your sign is. And I'm not saying this to piss you off. I'm saying this because someone corrected me, and I'm so glad that they did, because your Vedic sidereal chart is what is actually going on, and what was actually going on, the planetary placements, when you were born. All that being said, Scorpio, Fool for Your Love came up, and There's More to Me Than You. There's more to me than you are the two songs that came up. So for some of my Scorpios, you're in union, it's great. For other Scorpios, you're getting over someone, you're realizing there's more to me than you. I pulled a few cards already and just have the tarot shuffled and ready for you guys. So I pulled from my Lover's Path. We got the 8 of Arrows and the 9 of Arrows. Now, Libra, I believe Libra had the 2 of Arrows and the Princess of Arrows, so that is dealing with the same couple. So each suit has a couple that is represented by, and this is about Cupid and Psyche. And the whole issue with Cupid and Psyche, the whole lesson on it, is that love cannot live where there is no trust. Once the trust dies, the love dies. And the whole thing with Cupid and Psyche is that Cupid was sent to make Psyche fall in love with a monster, but instead he fell in love with her, but he wasn't supposed to fall in love with her because Venus, his mom, was very mad and jealous of Psyche. So he would only visit Psyche at night, and he told Psyche, you cannot look at me, you cannot know my identity, you cannot look at me. And then one night Psyche, totally goes against it. She's like, I have to look at you. So she looks at Cupid, and then in that she loses Cupid. So then Venus puts her through a bunch of trials and tribulations, and Psyche suffers tremendously. 8 of Arrows, 9 of Arrows, so lots of depression here. Lots of feeling just totally stuck, victimization, a lot of emptiness, a lot of pain, a lot of grief. And Cupid eventually gets so wrought looking at her suffering all the time that he pleads with the gods, can she please, join us, the mortals, in heaven? And the gods agree, and so Psyche eventually, is allowed to arise. Now, we also had the King of Staves, who is represented by Wotan, and Wotan is the king of Norse gods. He is the bearer of the ring, and he sacrificed an eye. So he knows all about the sacrifice, all about sacrifice for things. So Scorpio, you know well about sacrifice. I mean, you're the house of death. So Scorpio, this is all about sacrificing something to gain something greater. He also, however, pulled a branch off of the tree of Yggdrasil, the tree of knowledge, and he made that this staff over here, and that is where he etched the runes that gave him power. However, he had another, can't remember the guy's name, he had someone else go and do something for him, and essentially Wotan ended up, he's responsible for creating Valhalla, and he's also responsible for the fall of it. So in his thirst and his hunger for power, that ended up being his very downfall. So even though he always tried to balance things out, and he always tried to even his sacrifice with what he did, it was always just a little too late, because he was always on that 51% of greed and desire for power. And that's why it's so important that we live a life that is 51% service to others and 49% service to self. And so Scorpio, that's just a very prominent theme that is showing up here. It's very important for your health, for your mental health here with the 8 and the 9 of Swords, of Arrows, for you to move on from this union that you may have already been out of relationship with for a while. It is still piercing you, it's still holding on to you, because they're not letting you go, you're not letting something of them go. There's still a holding on, and it needs to be released. It needs to be released because there is no turning back. Scorpio, you're at a place where you cannot afford to have this depression anymore to the extent that some of you may be experiencing it. As you've grown and developed and deepened on your life's journey, you have found yourself way down the trail from where you started, Scorpio. You may have friends or people in your life that are asking you to change back. In fact, it may be this person, this ex-lover, may be asking you to change back. They may be wondering and longing for the you that they fell in love with years ago. But Scorpio, you've changed, you've evolved. You're Scorpio. You are the card of death and transformation. That is your very nature, is to die of the old self and be rebirthed again. You made all these sacrifices, and through each sacrifice, Scorpio, you grow and you become again, and then you use the gifts that you learned from your past death, your previous ego death or near-death experience, and you use that to help and heal the rest of the world. And that's how you become more of service to the world. And so Scorpio, this person, these people of your life may be wondering, who are you? What happened with them? They've changed. Of course you've changed. You're becoming who you've always been designed to be, Scorpio. The way you were back then was comfortable for them. They did not need to grow or change to keep you or to interact with you. However, you have grown, Scorpio, and you're moving on to new ground. You're ready to soar to new heights. Looking back is only reflective for you. There is yearning and nostalgia to be expected, Scorpio. Trust that the new higher ground upon which you're standing will be a reward within itself. Keep moving forward. There is no turning back. We also have vision. Hold your vision steady with a keen eye, Scorpio. Peer into your future. Find excitement and the sense of design and creation that is before you now. On a fresh white piece of paper, write every glimpse that appears to you as they show themselves as fragments of your dreams, your hopes, your aspects of your future. Move past a place of trying or hoping it will all happen to a place of familiarity with the vision, a place created with such clarity that you know it will be your reality. Move from feelings of hope, which hold uncertainty, to feelings of expectation and certainty. See all of the possibilities and toss out nothing that you truly want to hold within this vision. It is with this level of clarity, focus, and vision that all things will be made manifest for you, Scorpio. And then we have the rune of Fehu. In Fehu, you see these three. By the power of three, so mote it be. It is done, it is done, it is done. It is the first rune. It is the rune. So we have Vili, Ve, and Odin. So Vili, this is about all of the lower chakras. This is all about the primal parts, the primal urges of being. This is old promises coming alive, Scorpio. This is about movable wealth, the cattle, the horns of the herd, money, fire, power, expansion, fruitfulness, but it's also destruction with construction. It can also be stamina, reasserting your intentions, prosperity, generosity. It can also be doubt, loss, meanness, poverty. Each beginning holds within it the seeds to its own ending. This is all about luck, personal power, a beginner's mind, presence. This is all about first impressions, recent purchases, la attraction, mana, transferable energies, freshness, having a beginner's mind, reputation, social success, foresight, travel, but you know we're not really supposed to be traveling right now, but we do see they're stomping through the fire there, moving through. This is about luck, and this is inherent in your hamingja. This is a capacity to hold this luck and use it like a magical ability. This is accumulated luck, a foundation of wealth and power in your life. Taking courageous action will yield increased luck and increased abundance. Beginnings don't exist. Everything is simply a cycle. This is about riding the cycle with a present beginner's mind. This is about activating your will, restoring your self-confidence. This is assisting you in goal setting attainable goals, and allowing yourself to actually, like cattle, push and move towards these goals, Scorpio. This is about dynamic power. Again, recent purchases. This is all about nourishment, conscious use of your money for correct things and right action, success met and rewards delivered. Use Fehu against procrastination. So if you're procrastinating on anything, this gives you the will to take immediate action, as we see this cattle stampeding forth and the fire pushing through. The fire will burn up the forest. So this is giving you that extra charge, that oomph, Scorpio, to really get it done. What are you trying to gain? Is it in your best interest? Positive outcomes are likely for you. This is about wealth is shared, not to be hoarded. You must give abundantly to receive abundantly, knowing that everything you invest in, Scorpio, will always return to you tenfold. So make sure you're investing in things and other people continuously. This is about guarding yourself against recklessness. It is the elements of earth and fire, everything tangible. Again, it's the lower chakras of the body. This is about investing, or what are you investing into, and getting really clear into it. 2 branches growing off of a tree is the symbol here. 2 horns off of a cow, understanding that long hours will reap and yield wealth and success. Wealth also can slip easily, so caution and restraint is a must. You must exercise responsibility and management, attachments and self-worth around wealth. This is also about all of your dreams coming true. I love that, Scorpio. All right, so we have understanding the transformation from that past relationship. shuffled the cards before. We have My Boy by Billie Eilish playing right now on shuffle. My boy's being sus. He was shady enough, but now he's just a shadow. My boy loves his friends like I love my split ends, and by that I mean he cuts them off. My boy don't love me like he promised. He ain't a man, and he sure as hell ain't honest. Okay, so yeah, definitely I see why some of my Scorpios have the 8 and the 9 of arrows there. Because you're realizing that someone was just very dishonest with you, but you're being patient and you're moving on. Temperance with the 8 of Cups. Now the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups we see has the octopus tentacles. Remember, the 8 of Cups has all of the depths. It's kind of like a Scorpio of emotion here. But the 8 of Cups, it's like, don't worry. You may have broke me and everything, but you didn't break me. I broke myself because I'm Scorpio and I'm all about death and transformation. So you didn't break me is what you're saying to this person. You're like, I broke me. I used you. The universe used you to break me so that I could break out of my little carcass of being a caterpillar, become the primordial ooze, grow my wings and sprout out a butterfly. And look at you over there, you're still a caterpillar. Or you're not even a caterpillar, you're just like an earthworm. It's kind of like the feeling of a Scorpio. So you're emerging from the depths of the ocean. You're saying so long, bye-bye, bye-bye now, bye-bye to these past people, situations, and things. Remember, no turning back. Remember, the people of your past may be asking you to change back, to come back to who you once were. The way you were back then was comfortable for them. They didn't need to grow or change to keep you or to interact with you. Now they can't keep up with you. That's okay, Scorpio. You're moving on. With Temperance, you're doing so. Temperance is also a holy card. It's a spiritual card. It's a card of balance, a card of change, a card of patience, a card of receiving, a card of surrender. You're surrendering to the divine here, and with that surrender, you're surrendering this relationship and you're truly allowing it to pass. I'm feeling that the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords still come up for you occasionally, late nights, insomnia, not being able to sleep. And at the same time, you are moving on. You're using the energy, you're using the pain to fuel you. Like the fire of Fehu, you're using the power of Fehu, the rune of Fehu, to really propel you towards greatness. And there is no turning back, Scorpio. It's exciting for you. It's exciting for you. And, you know, it's also, there's like a deep nostalgia, a longing. There is a deep reminiscence of the past. You may still dream about this person, and those days may be harder than others, but it's almost like you whip that fuel around and you immediately use it to your greater good. We got bass down low, bass down low, bass down low. All right, let's see what's in Scorpio's subconscious. All right, Scorpio, of course, Queen of Cups is in your subconscious. I believe Aries got this too. I think so. So the Queen of Cups, perhaps, maybe not, maybe it's another card. So the Queen of Cups in your subconscious, you're definitely being emotional. You are thinking about love, you're wanting love, you're desiring love, but you know you can't focus on love. You're being patient for it because you did just say goodbye to something. So Queen of Cups, you are feeling nostalgia, but you're also feeling deep patience. And you're also, again, waiting. So you have a lot of love to give someone, but you are also still healing a little bit, and you know that you don't want anything less than a king. You don't want anything less than, it's like as you learn really who you are and what your soul is, even though you'll keep evolving, Scorpio. I feel like some of you guys are going through your Saturn return or have already gone through your Saturn return, and with that, you have created, you know, this fish is like kind of swimming through her fingers. She has this like ethereal, very watery fluidity about her. She's in flow. And so Scorpio, you're subconsciously in flow, and so you aren't even consciously making choices and plans. It's like you literally fly by the seat of your pants, according, you know, like other people may perceive that, but you're actually just like plugged in. You're so plugged in. You know, she's under the sea, under the sea, down where it's something, but it's better to take it from me. Okay, I totally butchered that song, but we got Under the Sea playing in my head. What's crowning is 10 of Wands, so you are busy, 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 Scorpio. You are overburdening yourself, you're doing a lot, but you're passionate about it, Wands, but you are working your tail off. You do have the power of Fehu to support you. Remember, this is the rune of bucking procrastination, getting done, but you are doing a lot right now, Scorpio. So you are just doing a ton. You have the Chariot as your past energy. It could be a Cancer. You wanted to travel, you did travel, you moved on. 8 of Cups with the Chariot. You said, see you later, alligator. Scorpio, when they're over something, they're over it. Like, totally over it. You are not looking back. Look, she's got the moon leading her, with the 8 of Cups, moon leading her. She has her 2 horses. She's balanced. She's in her royal blue. She's speaking her truth. She's moving through the water, the Chariot, the 8 of Cups, the Queen of Cups. We have a lot of water energy here, but with Temperance and Wands, there's also fire. Temperance is that Sagittarius energy, the philosopher, the traveler, the sage. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in your chart. Those cards wanted to flip over. Sometimes the cards want to change directions. Let's see what your future energy is. Future energy for Scorpio. 3 of Cups in reverse is your future energy. So you're saying no to any third-party situations. You're saying no to anyone who just wants a good time but not a long time. You're saying no to anything that's fleeting and fun that may be some fleeting passion because you want the long haul. So the 3 of Cups in reverse, you are, again, with that 10 of Wands, you're working hard here. You're saying goodbye to something and you're saying goodbye to third-party energy. On your path, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So you're going to perhaps have some difficulties. We know with everything going on in the world, maybe you had some big jobs coming up or you got laid off from work. Your job right now is on halt with everything going on, so saving your money is going to be really important for you during this time, Scorpio. It's just, momentary lapse in work, but with the 8 of Cups in reverse, it's a time for you, I see with that 10 of Wands, to really slow down and get clear and see where you can use your untapped reserves to tap into that Fehu and create something. So you're being asked to get really creative here. You're being asked who you're dealing with. They are 7 of Wands, so they're defensive. They are definitely guarding themselves from you. They are still kind of blaming you, or they're like, they're just not taking responsibility for their end. Whoever's in your environment, they're feeling defensive. There's a bit of an immature energy there. If this is, someone is blocking you, this could be like someone who's blocking you in the work situation. If your 8 of Pentacles is towards a relationship, you can't have a relationship with this person because they're blocking love. They're just not, their love isn't their priority right now, so you can't connect with them in that way. If it's work, you can't work because someone is blocking you, if this coronavirus is blocking you or whatever. You're being blocked from something. So the environment right now this last week is one of blocking. There's a big block going on. But it's okay, Scorpio, because you have the Temperance, and Temperance is like the best way to handle these blockages. You're not handling it with like a 5 of Swords or like 5 of Wands. You're like Temperance. You're like, okay, doesn't bother me, unfazed. You're relaxed, which is great, Scorpio. Stay there. Stay. Good girl. Hopes, Dreams, and Fears is Ace of Wands. So you are wanting passion in your life. Ace of Wands with subconscious Queen of Cups. There is someone that you're thinking about and you are longing for a passionate connection here. But at the same time, you don't want something that is fleeting. You want something that is lasting, Scorpio. So let's see what the outcome is for you. Scorpio outcome, Scorpio outcome. You don't want something that's just going to come through and leave. But at the same time, my Scorpios are a little thirsty in the passion department. Scorpio, you're wanting something. Now with that 8 of Pentacles in reverse, it's also just saying to be cautious with what you invest in. Don't put too much out on the table. Don't show all your cards. King of Swords in reverse. So someone is withholding information, someone's not going to talk, or you're not going to talk. And faith. So we have faith and temperance here. You're having total faith. Maybe this King of Swords put you in a third-party situation. This king who is charismatic can also be the kind of narcissistic king. He's not emotional. He just intellectualizes everything, can also be great at gaslighting, especially in reverse with the Three of Cups in reverse. This is someone who can be very controlling, especially if they're the Seven of Wands energy. They want things their way or the highway, and they know how to speak to twist everything. So if you're dealing with someone like that, you said like, c'est la vie, you could not get out of there fast enough because you're the Queen of Cups and you want love. You want something tender, you want something sweet, and you understand now that what the King of Swords was giving you, King of Swords in reverse, with the Three of Cups in reverse, was not love. This was someone that was trying to control you, that was trying to boss you around, that was trying to steal your light, that was, draining your cups. We see these cups are spilled, the water's spilling out. And so you saw Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Chariot, all very heavy water cards. You dove down into the water to the very bottom of the ocean where they could not survive because they're the King of Swords. They need air. You went down to the depths of the ocean where there is no air, where only you can survive, Scorpio. You went down there. You got your heart. You're patient there. You moved away quickly. Again, you couldn't get out of there fast enough. You said, c'est la vie to this person. Bye. And Temperance, you're being patient and you're having faith for your new beginning. So Scorpio, I like this for you, and I am looking forward to seeing what your May reading says. So I love you guys, and I'll see you shortly for your May readings.